Oh, no, boys and girls, we're live. What a fucking day this is. Jesus Christ. I've had this experience of I'll tune into a site and I always pop through the site. I go about, maybe like 10 minutes to see who's showing up where, to find out what stream midnight has gone on or, you know, and I'm always shocked about that. But anyway, so I pop into this fucking stinky snake thing that Will Kincaid did, which was, I don't know what the hell he was on about, but I just popped in like about the 20-minute mark, and he's saying something like, what the hell did he say? Oh yeah, and it's come to my attention that somebody has been mass flagging videos. And then he says, there's your weather report answers an atheism. And okay, so Mr. Should I call him Oh, no, I'm not going to call him shit stain. Mr. Kincaid, you fucking dick. What are you talking about? I flagged one video on YouTube in my life, and as it happens, it was a Smokey Saint video where he was calling everybody a rapist and a pedophile. And I flagged that one, and that was like, 5 months ago? So I would like you to explain yourself. What in the fuck are you bad-mouthing me for? I'm not even involved in your fucking shitstorm channel over there. And I haven't, oh my God. And yes, I did tune in this morning because I was really hoping that Stinky would be gone for 6 months to a year. And I was kind of like upset that he was coming back. So anyway, there's that. How about that? What do you guys got to say about that? What is he talking about? We were talking about flagging video. Were we talking about flagging videos a couple days ago on the weather report?
I don't recall.
This is why.
I do not recall.
Yeah,
Huh?
this is why I was asking you, because if Will clips it out, it's like, oh, really, you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, let's go to the clip. You know what I mean? It's gonna look bad.
I know my videos get flagged constantly because of copyright claims, but and QAnon is, oh fuck, I said it. Shit. Now they're gonna put that little Wikipedia thing on my video because I said it out loud. Can we back up 5 minutes?
No, I mean, what you could do is delete the stream and start over, but.
Yeah. Anyway, we did start early. We're started early today, but okay. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but like, Jesus Christ, you have to drag me into this shit, Will. I mean, Will is. I think he is a great comedian, to tell you the truth. And I'm pretty sure the only reason he hangs around Stinky is because it's such a fucking train wreck, and that is the only reason that will hang around with Stinky. Because it's just ample opportunity for him to train wreck something, right? So anyway, but I think he's a good comedian. He's funny as hell. Some people don't like him, but anyway, I've already said too much. Now I'm going to have people mad at me because I said Will was a good comedian. So anyway, who's eating?
Sorry.
Mute.
It's always Athena.
It's always Athena. I'm gonna kill you.
It's probably ice cream that he ordered and had delivered.
Okay. So, and then talk about a little weenie. What the fuck? I have 3 videos exposing speed of sound. Your videos are, they're lacking in something, Danny. I'm not sure how to put it. I won't say it out loud. Okay. You want to listen to this one, guys? It's going to be funny.
Sure.
Oh, this poor child. I try to help him. We have been trying to help him become.
Yeah, you try to nurture him and just,
right.
Treat him kindly and gently, like the fair-skinned little boy he is, and, It's hard to know what to do.
It is hard to know what to do with Danny. Anyway, so
I say we ignore him.
We're supposed to be reviewing a modern day debate video. So let's try to get through this before John shows up. Okay. Here is Danny exposing speed of sound.
What is right and wrong?
Can you hear it?
Okay,
yes.
that's meta.
Nope, you can't hear it. Can you hear it? Yeah, but I can't. Okay. Oh no, not what is right and wrong. That's a different discussion.
Well, then I don't know what you mean by morality if it's detached from right and wrong. Speed wants to avoid the question of normativity. Normativity being a term that reflects rightness or wrongness, good or bad, correct or incorrect. We've had previous discussions about this, and he wants to avoid that topic.
Yep.
But he also wants to talk about morality. So how does he get around this issue? Well, he dodges my line of reasoning or my line of inquiry by saying that his notion of morality is divorced or not related to rightness or wrongness, and say that's a different discussion in order to circumvent what I'm trying to say about morality.
Yep.
Let's watch.
Foreskin?
Yeah.
Like,
just happened.
Who else is here? Oh, wait, I'm the one that's being blocked. So, what are we doing?
Well, shit's gone down since we last talked, and I thought I should address some of it. One of them was, what in the fuck was Will talking about over on Stinky's channel about flagging videos?
I listened to the first 90 seconds of it.
Okay,
I was just catching up, like on Jay's channel, watching a little bit of it.
In the middle of it, he mentioned something about me mass flagging videos, and he says, "There's your weather report answers in atheism." What the fuck? I mean, why am I? Oh my god, am I going to get sucked into Stinky?
I mean,
are they trying to suck me in?
He accused you of mass flagging.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be trying to suck you in. I mean, he's admitted he used to go that way. So,
first of all, is there a mass flag option that I don't know about? Because if there is,
yeah. I mean, well, you know what that is, though, right? Where you get everybody together to flag it, or you yourself make a ton of sock accounts and flag it.
Really?
Yeah, because you can make different accounts on your own email, but then if you create a separate email for every sock you make, then every sock can downvote a video or record it.
Can I hire 100,000 Indians to flag videos? That's a question. Yeah.
Why'd you got to be Indians, though?
Because now he's kind of giving me an idea, and it's like, okay.
I mean, if you pay the price, you could probably get those telemarketers to do anything.
No shit. Let me think about that. Okay.
So all right. So we're gonna do this and then go to the MDD thing? All right.
Yep. 3 minutes.
Danny hasn't shown up yet.
No, he's in the chat talking shit. So.
I thought I would have sworn he would have been here right on time just to call me out, but
a little weenie.
Is that you're trying to answer the question about what morality is in an atheistic framework, maybe.
Yes,
but that question can't be detached from right and wrong.
No, not what right or wrong is. That's a whole different discussion.
Well, then no one knows what you're talking about when you're saying morality. Everyone thinks that if it's moral, it's right. Everyone thinks if it's immoral, it's wrong. But if you're saying something to be immoral but potentially right, no one knows what you're talking about.
When you run into a situation, okay, and you have a choice about how to act, how you act is morality. Is based in morality. It has nothing to do with right or wrong. We're not talking about what right or wrong is, and we're not trying to derive that from morality.
Now, the very next day, so this is a day after what you just listened to, we talk about morality again. Okay? But this time, suddenly, Speed of Sound decides to understand morality in terms of rightness or wrongness. Right? What does this show? Well, it shows that Speed will change his view in order to get around an issue that's being posed to him. And then the very next day, of course, since he's being dishonest, he resumes what he actually believes. Watch.
It is, let's see, it is a moral fact that we should care for our young. Do you agree with that moral fact?
Yeah, well, you don't think that's true, right? You said that rightness and wrong, you dissolved normativity of morality.
No, wait a minute. No. I would never say that we shouldn't care for our young. It's a moral fact. I would say that's a moral fact, right?
Okay, well, you're right. My bad. I don't want to change the subject, but you're contradicting yourself. I hope everyone realizes that.
Foreskin.
He just said that a moral fact is
foreskin. Okay. All right.
You hear where he misunderstood me?
Right. He not only misunderstood, like he is. You're saying something different in both those clips, and he's just not seeing it. He wants to conflate the two, as if you are
contradicting
your argument, and you're not. I mean, when you say, is it a moral fact that you should take care of your young? That's not a judgment of good or bad. You're trying to get at a different issue, like, it goes to what you were speaking of where evolutionary and just things that you are innately know are moral. Like you create offspring, you have this innate sense in you that you should care for them and you should raise them. The good or bad of it is a separate issue.
Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing I want to say too is that Danny seems to think that when you made this the comments about right and wrong and having a discussion about morality, but not addressing right or wrong yet, he seems to think that what you said meant you were divorcing the idea of right and wrong, good and bad from morality. And you're not. You were just trying to talk about another aspect of morality.
Right. Yeah, I told him that basically right and wrong is another discussion that you have on top of what's moral, that sort of thing. So that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so let's just play. We got what? 40 seconds left. Let's see what the...
Danny just said, well, first of all, he's
I know he's
dragging on me, calling me stupid again, like he always does, piece of shit that he is. But he's too big a pussy to come in here and confront me. I said that on purpose. And he just said, as far as divorcing right and wrong and good and bad from morality, and Danny says, John Peterson, he said that directly. Those words never came out of your mouth during any of those discussions.
Well, when he said something about right and wrong or something, and I said, no, what I meant is he thought I meant, no, I am talking about right and wrong, I think, or some fucking thing like that. He missed what I said, and it happens all the time when I talk to Danny, or when I talk to anybody for that matter. I am not the easiest person to read often.
Suck the normativity out of normativity.
I love what he said. I want to suck the normativity out of morality. I love that.
Out of morality. And now I said suck the normativity out of normativity. He must have took 2 hits of crack today. But yeah, sorry. Okay,
let's get through this.
Truth in terms of what should be done, which is to say the right thing. If something is the right thing, it should be done. If something's wrong, it should not be done. So there is evidence right there that Speed understands morality in terms of what's right or wrong. Right and wrong express moral facts. And so the previous discussion I had with him was just him trying to dodge my objections, saying that I was changing the subject was just a way of circumventing any kind of argument that I was to pose to him.
Okay, Weenie. Anyway, so Danny took a mail order course in ethics and mail order course in philosophy, or I don't know where he took his course exactly, but you don't want to take a mail order course in philosophy or ethics and come and talk to me about ethics. So, so much for Danny.
So who decides what's right and wrong?
Well, right and wrong is a linguistic add-on to the whole primate morality thing that came a lot later, and it probably became popular when? Right around biblical times? I don't know. I'm not sure. Who knows? I'm sure we had, we talked about right and wrong pretty early in our linguistic history, but that wasn't the morality I was talking about. Danny just told Danny, you just don't want to know the truth. You don't understand, Danny. You just don't understand. And he doesn't. He really fucking doesn't understand the conversation I was trying to have. And that's pretty cool that I came up with something that Danny, who supposedly has a degree in philosophy, doesn't even fucking get. So, feather in my cap.
So, does he see normativity as common sense?
Probably. I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell he's talking about at this point. But anyway, so Leo. Hi, Leo. What up?
Howdy.
20 feet away, sitting at the end of the kitchen table.
First,
Hi,
I
Q.
thought,
Howdy.
Q.
How's it going?
yeah,
It's going okay. You joined us. Okay. We were gonna go over this video, right?
Hey, so you got a comment up. Who just showed up?
Oh no.
No. Okay. I thought it was going to be Pussy Boy, but no, it's Leo. He's actually an honest interlocutor. But
What's up, Leo?
I mean, so and real quick before you get back to it, I had to go talk to my mom, who I'm kind of watching right now because my sister had to leave. I've told all you guys before about what's going on with my mom over on the Knox channel. Yep. But so we were talking about the first Danny used the phrase that Speed wants to divorce the concepts of right and wrong, good and bad, from morality. And that when we balked at that, he claimed in the chat, he said that directly. And we called him out on that because those words never came out of Speed's mouth. He said he did suck the normativity out of morality. He said, okay, and the context of that is that phrase was something Danny brought up, and then Speed was just tongue in cheek agreeing with him. Yep. I want to suck.
I actually fucking love that. I mean, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Is suck the normativity out of reality.
Oh, okay. Well, out of morale. Yeah. And, okay. I misunderstood when it happened because it sounded like you were speaking in kind of like a sarcastic tone, but I guess not. Okay.
Yeah. And no, he's doubling down here because he thinks that ethics and morality is all about this right and wrong.
Right.
Normativity bullshit.
Right. He's defining it his way and saying, if we don't accept his use of the terminology, then we're wrong.
Right.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Divorcing wrong from morality means to remove normativity from reality.
Yeah, and then he said I was using proprietary definitions, I think, of something, and that I was not using the words the way anybody else would, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. I do have a different view on morality than probably most philosophers. So,
well, right. I mean, but you're not allowed to have a different view.
Oh no!
You have to look at it the way Danny looks at it, or you're an idiot.
Otherwise, you don't understand.
You don't understand. Sorry.
Hi guys.
Danny, what is normalivity? I haven't heard of normalivity. That's what I have.
I like that one. Maybe I'll start. Maybe I will define that one and start using that. Normalivity. Okay.
Oh, now he's all capsing.
He's all capsing. Oh no. No. Speed does not know what he's talking about.
Do you think when he uses all caps like that, when he uses all caps like that, is he on the other end of is he on the other side of the keyboard, like going, sorry?
Yeah, he is. He said it twice. Come on, more caps, Danny. More caps. Oh shit! Come on. Oh, are we having fun yet?
I'm always having fun, man.
Okay. Yeah. It's fun. Anyway.
So, is that video over? Can we go to the MDD shit now?
Yeah.
And then you remember where we left off? We left off somewhere around 37.
Oh yeah, I have a bookmark.
And then you said you had wrote some timestamps down when you watched it. Like, is there times? Did you get to watch it past the 37-minute mark?
I went to 59, I think, and
Okay.
I got old and confused at that point.
Yeah, you didn't just get old today. Sorry, man.
Old and confused.
You might have just got confused today. It might have been one of those bad days.
I can't find it. Fuck. What's happening? What's happening?
Modern day debate.
Yeah, but I had the video up.
Right. It should be in your history. Go to your history.
I know where it is. No, I have so many tabs open, my friend. I never have to go to history. I have all the tabs open from, last year. Yeah.
You have all those open tabs? What?
No, every now and then I actually bring Chrome down to its knees. I actually bring it crashing down. It starts whining. My computer fan starts going, and then I have to reset my computer because I have so many fucking tabs open.
It's because you're using an ass load.
Yeah, I have to announce really quick that I only have 10 minutes left.
You have an ass load of RAM that you're using. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 terabytes of what the fuck is it?
Hard drive space.
Storage?
No, not hard drive. Fucking flash drive or that RAM drive. What the
flash memory?
SSD.
Yeah, you have it. Okay.
2 terabytes, and I bring that to its knees with Chrome, which is
well. How much RAM do you run?
I don't know.
Well, you said you have a MacBook Pro, right?
Yeah, I got a MacBook Pro. I have what the fuck
probably 16 gigabytes. That would be my guess.
16 gig.
Yeah,
I go through that before I get done with my first cup of coffee.
So nobody picked up on what I said, huh?
What'd you say?
The 10 minutes thing. I was assuming it was like an inside joke, but I didn't.
Well, no, it's just because Danny just posted a minute ago. I'm coming in 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I wasn't looking at the live chat.
Yeah, we're gonna continue reviewing the debate from MDD that we started reviewing on Knox channel this morning.
Yep, we're working on it.
Yeah, I talked to Speed for a little bit before. I was actually watching, and when Sal or whoever the fuck brought up the example of, oh hey, this astronaut believed in Jesus and healed a blind girl. I was like, fuck you. Like, seriously, that pisses me off as a visually blind person.
Chrome's being a little bitch.
Wait, when was this debate? Was that debate yesterday?
Yes,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, who was that? It was a tag team, wasn't it? Who?
Yeah, it was Canadian Catholic and Sal Cordova against Pogan and Delaster.
Oh, okay. I know who Pogan is. And was it just theism versus atheism kind of thing?
Well, the topic was, no, it was specifically, are Christians justified in their belief of God?
Oh, God.
Okay.
They never have anything that's uniquely Christian.
I want to share my pain.
I can see why.
Praise is in the chat.
Who is?
Praise.
Hey, Praise. I thought you did a good job of moderating, Praise.
Yes, we were all taken aback when you actually tried to mod Canadian Catholic.
Yeah.
Wait, what does Serb say? Hold on. More real. I love praise at times.
No, I don't know what the hell this is.
What?
This thing up here with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Because what I'm trying to do is hide my chat. I'm trying to hide my chat. I try to hide my chat, and I still got chat. I still got it up there because.
Well, just put the YouTube video to full screen.
Yeah, but then I got a problem because what I really need is these timestamps, right? We were at what? We were at asshole again with the Darth.
37.
You can use it as theater mode. If you use theater mode, it should be there.
Yeah, but then I won't be able. Okay, if I go theater mode, let's go theater mode.
It's down there yet.
Yeah, live chat's there. Get rid of chat. It's still there, and now I got to wait down here to get my bookmarks.
Well, that doesn't matter. We don't need to see their faces as long as we can keep hearing them talk. Just leave it like that, and if you got to slide up or down to find something at certain points, that's not a problem.
Alrighty then.
I mean, who wants to look at Sal more than they have to?
Okay, got it.
He looks good in a beard, right?
Yeah, he does look good in a beard.
No, you got humiliated. No, shut up.
There's no need for that.
Oh, did you hear that? You got humiliated. No, you shut up. That's what Catholic Canadian said.
Right. Because, and just some context for those that weren't here this morning. This, for the past 5-10 minutes, maybe even more, Pogan's been trying to get Catholic conservative or conservative Catholic, whatever the hell he is, to give his argument, to lay something out as to why he's justified in believing that there is a God. And, Pogan's been like saying, yeah, I mean, it was, lay out your argument and then I can respond to it. And this dude is like doing the Darth Dawkins thing. He's trying to ask him questions about unrelated topics.
He was trying to get him to play by his script, to say that he believes the brain is physical and all that bullshit.
I got to go FK for a minute.
Okay. Should I play? I'll play?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys followed. I don't know what the continuity is here, but Canadian Catholic is trying to do a Darth Dawkins attack. Sel is trying to talk about miracles and how science leads you to Christianity, that sort of thing. That pretty much covers everything that they've covered in terms of arguments. The two on the left, Detroiter and Pogan, are saying, hey guys, you came here to give us a reasonable, rational argument for God, and so far you haven't done that. So
the thing about this debate is it wasn't much a debate on the topic that they had selected. It was more a debate on the epistemology of theism.
Right.
That's what it devolved into. That's why Sal didn't contribute. Like, apparently after the debate, Sal said that like he was just way out of his depth. He just was trying to learn, follow along more and learn than contribute because he didn't understand what was being debated.
Well, yeah, doesn't Sal kind of more like go towards like
Sal doesn't like philosophy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sal's even said he's not big on philosophy. Philosophy isn't his wheelhouse.
Yep.
So
Canadian Catholic is somebody who is so I don't think I've ever met somebody so fucking full of themselves. Really don't. He went into Discord after the debate and just had a bunch of people come in and just start jacking him off about how good he did and how he just absolutely annihilated and humiliated Pogan and Detroiter and all this stuff. And anytime somebody tried to, they were having discussions, Catholic traditionalist, if you know Discord, you probably know who he is, CT, even came in. People were trying to engage in the discussion, and then CC, Canadian Catholic, would just mute anybody who tried to engage in the discussion, and then he would drive the discussion in some other direction. So not only is he so full of himself, but this guy is a major control freak. Like, if he is not in control of a discussion and where it's going, he'll just fucking mute you. I have no idea how this guy became a mod on Discord. No fucking clue.
Would you say he's? Well, I don't know if anyone made this already, but would you say he's Darth Dawkins?
He's a wannabe. No. Yeah, he's
not. He's not as assertive or aggressive as Darth Dawkins is. He's just see, the thing with Darth is asshole in a particular way. Too many people try to mimic that and they end up just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, this not to keep it going, but Nicola, he introduced me to this guy, Canadian Catholic, probably well over a year ago. It didn't go when I think it was when I still had a Discord server and I let him in, and he wasn't willing to chat with us there. Apparently he's come out of his shell a little bit more since then.
Well, he was on Atheist Experience, and that's where I got the thumbnail for today's show.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, what?
I'm trying to explain, Midnight. If you
go ahead. Sorry.
It's like I inspire you to talk, Midnight. Like, when you hear my voice, you just like, maybe we should have a sing along. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so where was I? Somebody just popped into the back room, and I just had a little brain glitch. But anyway, okay, so he was on Atheist Experience, and the first thing he said to Matt is, "Yeah, I used to be in the inner circle of atheists. I used to be an atheist." And Matt said, "Oh, well, what were your reasons for being an atheist?" And he started stammering at that. He hadn't thought of that question. Like when they say I used to be an atheist, it might be a really good idea to ask him, "Oh, what was your reasoning?" Because they don't know what the fuck to say. Yeah. And then he also said he was raised in fundamentalist religion, and then he became an atheist, and then he switched over to being a Catholic. After much reasoning, he became a Catholic or whatever. So, no, I thought that Praise and all those guys hated Catholics. I mean,
they don't hate Catholics. They just think Catholics aren't Christians, even though all of modern Christianity started with Catholicism. You can't get more Christian Catholic.
I've heard them make more. I've heard them slam Catholics more than atheists over on Praise.
Yeah.
Occasionally. Really?
Hey, can you move that comment?
Yeah, I'm trying to, but Nathan can't join. Oh, he did a drawing of Canadian Catholic. I want to see that. Anyway, okay, so you want to move Leo out to, what do you want to see?
I just wanted to see who's down there being covered by the scroll. Like Leo. Leo should being shown from the chin up because of the scroll you have there.
Oh, no, there's another interloper here. I just let him in.
Leo, Canadian Catholic owns.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah, your mic was really, really bad.
Holy shit, Danny. What are you trying to do to my channel?
Yeah, so Danny was over there when we were viewing the first part of this on Knox channel. And at one point, I just...
Is this better? Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
No, Leo.
So I was in the middle of saying something.
Holy fuck.
Man, comes right in talking like... but I admitted afterwards, because everybody flipped out, that I was wrong, that I knew I was wrong before I did it, that I just didn't want to deal with him, and so I booted him. And I figured he was going to be waiting here for me to get here earlier. So.
I don't really care that you did that to me. More the people, they were more mad at you than I was saying. I mean, I don't really care. Leo, Canadian Catholic owns that server, so
that explains.
Okay, that's why. That explains a lot, doesn't it? But
I'm sorry, that is just so.
Leo, I'm a mod there. Leo, I'm a mod there.
I get that, but if you, as the owner of the server, are going to mute anybody who tries to actively engage substantively with the topic at hand because you don't want whatever fucking reason, because you have to dominate the discussion, what the fuck's the point in even being in the server? The dude doesn't want to engage in discussions. He just wants to dominate them.
No one really cares about Canadian Catholic, right? Like, I mean, I have a lot more influence, even though he's the owner, right? And most people do have more influence than he does, right? We just go there because he brings in professional philosophers that we could talk to, and it creates content.
Okay, what does this have to do with the video?
Well, this has to do with the video because Canadian Catholic, y'all are taking him way too seriously. He's an admitted troll. He went into this debate. First of all, they all know each other. Detroyer,
Can we go back to reviewing this? No, stop. Sorry.
Why does everybody get mad when Danny interrupts them and everybody talks over Danny all the fucking time on this channel? And it really needs to stop because we're devolving into praise level fucking moderation here. And it's sad.
Real quick before you started, Speed, I want to address the chat. Brian, I love you. I think that you are an intelligent dude. I agree with you on most things. But no, I would never apologize to Danny.
Okay.
Wait, I can't believe you interrupted me for that. You're so petty. Anyways.
I didn't interrupt you for that. I interrupted you so we could get back to the fucking video.
I'm talking about the video right now. I'm telling you the video.
Can I say something
about Canadian Catholic's performance?
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go.
Okay. I think what Danny's trying to say is basically what happened on MDD was just an extension of a Discord debate.
Right.
Yeah.
More than that, Canadian Detroyer and Pogan are all friends. Well, Pogan doesn't like.
Okay, they explained that at the beginning of the debate. They've already talked about this, so why are we covering this?
It's just a troll debate. You don't take it too seriously.
So who's taking it seriously?
I don't know. For anyone that thinks that Canadian Catholic was being like even close to being serious there. I just wanted to dispel that.
Oh, he wasn't being serious.
Yeah, he was not being serious.
Okay.
Well, the thing is that after the debate, he came in and talked to, I believe it was Jack Angstrike, and the questions that he was asking Jack about his performance in this debate just revealed everything, because he talked about that he ran an argument, and he knew that the argument, like, that it was only defensible prima facie. But if you dove into the argument, it didn't work. He admitted that, but said he didn't care. He just wanted an argument that looked good prima facie, so he could come out looking like the winner.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I heard that, that's when I didn't leave the server, but I left the voice channel. I was just like, holy fucking shit! You just admitted it. Wow.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about the MDD. He doesn't care anything about YouTube. By the way, and in case y'all don't know, Detroit is one of the smartest atheist philosophers on Discord. So you should really pay close attention to what he says.
Who is
Detroit? Detroit is one of the smartest people on Discord. I like Detroit. I learn from him. I learn a lot from him. He helps me all the time with certain philosophical issues. The guy is genius. Okay, he's also very nice.
Has he taught you how to shut up for a while?
Well, are you still butthurt from the video that exposed you or something? What's up?
I'm trying to review a video. We have a bunch of people that came over here to listen to this video.
Are we not talking about Detroit?
We were literally talking about the participants, and I don't.
What is wrong with you, Speed?
Maybe I got up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Maybe. But I'm just saying, when Detroit talks, you should spell. He's not trolling. He's not trolling. Listen carefully to what he says. I learn a lot from him. Everyone can learn a lot from him.
Okay, thank you. Good to know. Okay, let's see. Moving on.
I was asking the mod if I could make a comment after Detroit is done.
Yes, go ahead, Hogan. Yes.
Okay, Detroit, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll say first in comment of meta. Maybe this is what Hogan might have in mind. I'm not sure what relevance my conviction about how the selection of our beliefs
to let me get
to the success of your argument, right? If you can make the argument.
I'm not presenting a syllogistic argument. I'm asking questions to go on to make a further point. Is that okay with you?
Well, the request was that you present some argument.
I will present an argument. I have two.
Well, look, I just wanted to make my comment before you move on, CC. You can continue your questioning in a moment, but you asked me a series of questions, and I answered to the best of my ability. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm familiar with every single philosophical view under the sun. But the point, I'd like to. Could I finish my point,
let
please?
Hogan finish. Let Hogan finish.
The point is,
okay, fine.
Yeah, the point is, the burden is not on me to demonstrate any of my views to you. All of my views could be completely irrational or internally contradictory, and it wouldn't establish that you've presented a case for theism, specifically a case that it's rational to hold the belief that God exists, which, as you agreed like 15 minutes ago, is your burden, right? Both Detroyer and I are sitting here anticipating that you're going to give some sort of argument or case that holding the belief is rational, as we've reminded you several times. So I could grant you something like, maybe it is the case that all of my philosophical views are internally contradictory. Maybe I don't, have any coherent views. That could all be possible, and you still wouldn't have fulfilled your burden.
Okay,
right? I expected you assured me that you had an argument during the questioning, but I didn't hear such an argument. You instead moved the questioning to Detroyer. So can you, since you claim to have an argument, right? Can you just present to us the argument?
Okay, I'm not going to be dictated how I will conduct myself. Okay? Wow. I said that I will present an argument, but I have a case to make through questioning. You cowered out. That's fine. Now let me talk to Detroyer. So Detroyer, can
cower out.
Hold on. Yeah, so Canadian, can you make your case,
okay,
Canadian?
Somebody mute him.
Yeah, so Canadian, can you make your case? And Sal, I would like to incorporate you as well into this because you have not really weighed in yet. So Sal, could you? What's your point of view as well?
Sal looks confused.
I will make an argument, and
yeah,
sure. Thank you, Sal.
You guys really all friends? This is amazing. I wouldn't talk to friends like that. So. Detroit and I do have a cordial history and interaction on the internet. The argument, just to clarify, I'm not saying that people of high tier believing in God means that the belief is rational. The point was, and just to clarify, and I'm glad Pogan brought it up because it gives me a chance to clarify. If hypothetically, any of us were in that position, and I know that there are people in the audience who feel that they have experienced miracles. The decision of whether it's rational to believe in God is up to you. We don't have to pass it by anyone else because you're the one who experienced the miracles. You're the one that has the evidence. Yes, it may be a mystery why God would heal one person versus the other, but we don't have to justify it to anyone else.
You're pretty meek.
So my question for Sal would be, if you feel that your position, that you think that theism is rational or that Christianity is rational for you, but I don't have to justify it as being rational to anybody else, then why are you participating in a debate about the rationality of your religion?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, why?
And then there's well, again, Sal doesn't really dip his toes into philosophy, so I mean that's fine, because normally if someone's saying, well, there's something that's necessary that created all that exists, okay, can you demonstrate that? Then you do have a burden right there. But if he's just saying that, I just kind of hold to this myself, and this is kind of my own little personal bubble of believing that, because I've seen miracles, therefore God did all this other stuff. Okay, yeah, but again, that's just you, and that doesn't really open much of a dialogue, really. So
I think it's fair to say that Sal is here just to promote his channel. And I think he got drug into this.
Okay, well, y'all enjoy yourselves. The last thing I want to do is hear Canadian Catholic again. But y'all take care. Okay, bye.
Yep.
All I can say is that when Danny says the Canadian Catholic is just a dumb troll, it's just from the about hour and a half that I heard of him in Discord last night. This guy is more full of himself than fucking Maddox is. I mean, this guy is so goddamn inflated with his own ego. It's not even funny.
Well, look, I mean, I'm not a superficial prick or anything, but just look at that face. Look at that fucking face. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, when he admitted that he didn't give a shit how strong the debate or the argument that he wanted to use was, he just wanted it to, he essentially admitted he just wanted an he just wanted a gotcha argument that he could run to make it look like he won. That's all he cared about.
But when he came into Matt Dillahunty's show, he was definitely trying to be serious. He wasn't trying to troll anybody. He wasn't trying to be funny.
But which time? Because the one where he went in, the most recent time that I know of, he had already planned earlier that he was going in there to end Matt Dillahunty's career.
Oh wow, that's what he said.
Tom Rabbit recorded him. Tom Rabbit released a video of Canadian Catholics' his plot to destroy Matt Dillahunty's career. So he was already chatting with people in Discord about when he was going to call into the Atheist Experience. That's why people were saying, oh, by the way, that's Canadian Catholic. And he's called in before. And Matt Dillahunty's saying, hey, people in the live chat are saying that you're Canadian Catholic. Are you? And then he had to lie.
So who did he come in as?
Came in under the name like Mikey or Mickey.
Okay. So we have to get a link to that video because. Yeah. So what was his plan to destroy Matt Dillahunty's career?
It's like listening to something from it. The video is. It's like a really bad like sitcom plot, like where a bunch of schoolboys get together and they come up with the cringiest ways to try to sabotage an adult's career.
Boy, that sounds like a great idea. We should pitch it to somebody in Hollywood.
Holy shit.
It is like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to, like somebody was basically say, make sure that you make sure you call Dillahunty Dillahunty, but say it real quick so that they can't catch you, So they were practicing that, like how he could say it so that you kind of, it kind of sound a little weird.
That destroys a career how?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't missing something.
Did they leave the clip up? Did they leave the show up?
I'll see if I can find it.
Okay.
I think it's on Tom Rabbit's. I'll find a link for it.
Wow. Okay. Destroyer, I thought he said he was
Detroyer. There was no S in there.
Okay, Detroyer. Said he was more of a physicalist than Pogan, I think. I think he went with the mind is physical. I think that's what he said. Anyway, let's see. So we got Cell. We could probably zoom through Cell here.
Else, except you just justify it to yourself. That is my argument. I'm appealing to those people, especially that either have had loved ones, friends, or even themselves experience miracles.
Do you mind?
I'd say it's rational. There are people here that may not, and I sympathize with their willingness to be skeptical and question it. But I'm just like, okay, you have someone like Charles Duke, you're a man who landed on the moon. You come back home to Earth. Your life's a mess. You start praying, going to church. Your life cleans up. You have a prayer meeting. A girl gets healed. How are you going to live your life at that point? Would it be irrational? Wouldn't it be rational then to keep pursuing that path? It's just as simple as that. So that I briefly showed just a slide where it was a title for Francis Schaeffer's book. How should we then live? That's the real question. How should we live rationally?
I like Sell better on crack.
Yeah, these go a lot better when you speed them up. That I really have to say.
When it seems that God is reaching out to your life and you just close your eyes. So I'm not saying that this is for everyone. I totally respect that there are people out there who prayed and they've not heard God audibly or experienced miracles. I totally respect that. But I wasn't arguing that we have to justify rationality for everyone. But I was specifically saying for certain people. And so I was saying then, basically the argument, if there are miracles, there must be a miracle maker. I gave some allusion to that in terms of the miracle of the origin of life, also the origin of the universe. I could go in more detail. But,
neither of those are a miracle.
My argument.
Sure. Do you mind if I respond to that, Sal?
If that's all right with everyone else.
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't
think there's an issue in saying something like
let Hogan talk.
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue in saying something like people could hold to the belief that God exists in virtue of some like personal experience, or perhaps like they've heard from other people that there were a series of events that they personally feel are indicative of God's existence. But I think what the proposition is sussing out, and I want Detroyer to clarify further on this, the proposition of the debate is sussing out some sort of like rational justification for the belief in God. And the key word there is going to be rational, right? Whenever we use rational in a philosophical context, it implies some sort of argument or induction that would show, even absent the sorts of experiences that you're talking about, there is good reason to hold that the belief is true, right? So that's kind of where we're coming from in our request for an argument. Now, nobody's going to like contest there are people who have experiences in which it sort of leads them to believe God exists. But we're sussing out like a rational account of that, an argument or an inductive case. But Detroyer can follow up on that.
Yeah, so of course, what's going to matter is, so look, it's one question whether someone might have warrant for belief in God based on the experiences that they have, and we can discuss those. It's another whether you can present a case for the rationality of theism here. And so on the former, suppose we're taking one of those particular examples. Someone prays and has some unusual event occur. I don't know, a loved one recovers from some disease, and they attribute that to God. Now, is that a good reasoning, right, based on the evidence available to them? My position is that it's not, right? Look, there are uncommon natural events that occur all the time. People recover from illnesses. Things happen that you may not have otherwise expected. And people often find patterns in things that aren't significant and attribute agency to that when it's not so justifiably attributed. And what we don't observe, I think, frequently, if at all, except for perhaps the disputed cases, is the supernatural intervention in the world. And so comparing the two accounts of these occurrences, it seems that the rare and perhaps surprising natural occurrences on its face a little bit more plausible, perhaps far more plausible than the attribution to divine intervention. But if we have particular cases or a further argument for thinking that there's divine intervention, we could explore that.
So would the theist like to respond to
that now? Sal, please go ahead.
I totally sympathize with it. I mean, if God were as evident to our senses as the air we breathe, we wouldn't be having any need of this discussion.
Piece of shit.
But there are a lot of things in science where we have to dig to find out something true, and then it becomes more apparent. We have a very small sample size of reality that we move forward with incomplete knowledge, and we could be wrong. But there are situations where there are people, they're just dying, and they may have heard of a miracle of someone. I think it's perfectly rational to cry out to God, because when you have no options left, you have nothing to lose by praying. And some people have been healed. Whether it's a coincidence or not, the question is it rational to keep pursuing that? So, I mean, a question, just a rhetorical question that I pose.
Okay, well, if I'm dying of like cancer or something, and I cry out, I'm going to be crying out, "Give me drugs, morphine," not God. I don't know about you guys, but that's just me.
Put yourself in the position of that blind girl, or put yourself in the position of Blaise Pascal's niece who is blind, looking at the prospects of never seeing again, or that blind beggar in John chapter 9. You have no prospects. Is it reasonable to even try or suspect? Because you have nothing to lose at that point and everything to gain. And that's why I would say it'd be rational. As far as absolute proof, even in mathematics, we adopt axioms because we can't actually prove the foundations of math. That's a very interesting topic. And that moved me to the idea of that at the root of a lot of knowledge is we sometimes have to believe first and then we see that it's true. The fact that mathematics has been so successful, despite the fact we can't prove it, lends credence to the fact that it is true.
Okay, he's comparing. Is he comparing religion or arguments for religion to mathematics with axioms?
I don't know what he's trying to do here.
I would say that we would accept certain axioms and then see where the math takes us.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, I accept it's true with all my heart. I give my life to these axioms or whatever.
Yeah.
Equivalent he thinks he's drawing.
Well, it's like with naturalism. I accept naturalism, and then I find out if there's anything inconsistent. And if something is inconsistent, then of course I have to go back and back up. But I don't know. I guess that's what he's saying.
I've missed so much of this because I had to go AFK there a few times.
You missed a lot of Cell, and you missed what else? Was Danny still here when you left?
Yeah, he was like running his mouth when I left, and I don't even remember what it was about. But he was trying to claim that he was talking about the video. But yeah, no. Hello?
We lost Jay.
Oh, I had my camera on. I saw somebody left, and I'm like, thought maybe I dropped out because I looked up and I didn't see my avatar. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't see your avatar, dumbass, because you're on camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to me, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I was, my attention was torn between different things. But like Danny was saying, when I said, "Hey, we want to get back to the video," and he said, "Well, I am talking about the video." It seemed to me he was talking about a topic that was ancillary to someone that's in the video. I mean, I don't know where it went after I left, so maybe he did tie it back into the video. But
yes, not much has happened. Just Cell going on about miracles and beliefs, and I don't know what else.
And has Canadian Catholic continued to be an asshole, or
no? He backed off for a little bit. He said one thing, I can't remember. One nasty thing.
Why does Sal always go to miracles? Like, that's just not the best way to go if you're going to try to convince somebody that it's likely that a God exists. Miracles is not the route that I'm going to
right.
take.
I mean, that is so true, Leo, because like, okay, the miracle thing is useful for them amongst their own. You know what I mean? It's useful to them, like, or if they have like a fellow Christian that's having doubts or something like that, then it might be of use. But when you're already talking to someone who doesn't believe the stuff in the Bible, who is a skeptic, talking about miracles is not going to move them an inch off of what they think already.
Right. So anyway, I think we'll run this until 3, and then we'll ensue the regular shit show after that, and continue it on your channel on the next day, whenever. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me. We'll continue on Monday with it. Just make sure and let me know where we leave off here.
Now that Danny's gone, I think we're going to talk about morality. So that might be cool later on. But okay, let's just do a wrap.
Even though we cannot formally prove it. So, I mean, I get it that...
Whoops. What did I just do?
Hey, I don't know, but just since it did stop, let me just say, yeah, I mean, we could maybe have an actual discussion about morality and not semantics.
Yeah. Let's see. What the hell happened?
You got humiliated.
Shit. Now we're screwed, guys.
What did you go back?
No, I had to refresh, and for some reason it went back to a previous bookmark. Oh my God. Okay, Cell gets rational. That's at, let's jump ahead to 42 and see. I think 42, Pogan starts at 42.
What disclaimer is on this video from Wikipedia there? QAnon. What the fuck is QAnon coming up for?
Yeah, okay. I didn't get that one either.
Do you know why? You just said it, and I said it earlier, so they're going to flag it. Every time you say QAnon, they flag your video. So, with this Wikipedia entry. It's just a YouTube robot.
So you're saying that just because we brought it up, it'll be on this video come tomorrow?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
It most likely will. At least, I don't know, we also mentioned the Jew laser. So, oh shit, did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
God damn it. Fucking brain.
Issue in saying something like
you know what they should do?
What's that?
No, they should use that Jew laser to destroy all the Mr. Potato Heads.
Yeah, or QAnon. They should aim the Jew laser at QAnon.
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue in saying something like people could hold to the belief that God exists in virtue of some like personal experience, or perhaps like they've heard from other people that there were a series of events that they personally feel are indicative of God's existence. But I think what the proposition is sussing out, and I want Detroit to clarify further on this.
We were here already, weren't we?
Sussing out some sort of like rational justification for the belief in God, and the key word there is going
to be you were further ahead than this.
And attributed.
You were almost up where the screen splits.
Attributed.
Really?
Is it reasonable to even try or suspect?
Go up there and see.
Naturalistic accounts of those things. I do think it's still the case that no rational rational justification for holding the belief that God exists has been provided. But I wanted Troyer to follow up on this if he's interested.
I'll comment first briefly on what Sal said about the sort of personal miracle experiences.
I think you were.
He asked a couple of questions like, well, suppose this happened to you. What would you do? Like, what if you had nothing else to do? And so it sounds to me like this is a question either about pragmatics, right? I mean, maybe what I might be concerned with believing for some purpose or engaging with some activity like prayer because I think it might be helpful. And maybe it's just a fact about my psychology that's the sort of action I would take. But that is tangential at best to the issue of whether the belief that I come to would be rational in the epistemic sense, right? And that's the sort of thing we're looking for when you ask whether it's justified. So I may or may not have the sort of arguments for evidence that would warrant that belief epistemically, even if, I don't know, I have some strong pragmatic reasons to have it, or my psychology is just such that I would be apt to develop that belief. And so some more would have to be shown that the belief is in fact warranted in terms of the arguments. And as Pogan pointed out correctly about pointing to well-educated people who hold these beliefs, the question is not, of course, whether there are intelligent people that hold these beliefs, is whether they have good evidence and arguments in favor of those beliefs. And if they do, or if it's your contention that they do, well, I'd prefer that you point out the evidence and arguments that they have instead of just merely gesturing at those people, suggesting that they might have it. And finally, you mentioned life, or the origin of life, is a miracle. There's quite a few issues here to bring up. I'm not sure how much I want to get into at the outset. I'm not sure how deep we're going to go into that. But one concern that I think was Pogan's is that, how do you rule out the possibility of some natural explanation for the origin of life? Or at least show that probably there is no natural explanation. And second, even if you could show that, how do you show that probably the explanation for the origin of life is godlike being? Because after all, those aren't exclusive and exhaustive categories. And I guess those would be the two main concerns there. And there's some others I have against the theory in general. I think the miracle maker theory of the origin of life is a very poor theory, and I can get into some of my criticisms of that as we get to it. I think also there's other evidence against miracles in general, but those concerns we can get to if the time comes.
I just had just a quick question, and so does the epistemic sense take priority?
Okay.
So did Pogan refer to something? So did Sal or CC were claiming that life, the origin of life itself, was a miracle?
That'd be Sal. So that's Sal's conclusion based on what biology he's read. So,
I mean, so essentially a variation of look at the trees.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nothing new. Nothing new. And okay.
My underwhelming meter is just going off the charts.
Yeah, I know. So far, I'm not too excited about this debate. Has anybody watched beyond this to see? Leo, did you?
I was in and out. I didn't really listen to much of this debate because it just was not a debate worth listening to. I had it going on in the background, but I wasn't really listening much.
Yeah.
From what I've seen from the chat is that it was a rather boring debate, that the guy on the far left, Canadian Catholic, shouldn't have really been there, and Lena thinks it should have been about presuppositionalism.
Yeah. Well, he does do some sort of argument somewhere.
I think Lena just came up with a brilliant idea.
When is Danny? Why is Danny?
Where is Danny? People were saying that Danny get kicked out again. And we could make like a game that's kind of like the Where's Waldo thing, you know, and then we can like make draw a scene outside with like 1,000 douchebags standing in a park, and then you got to pick out which one's Dan.
Nathan Art, where are you? We need a Where's Danny? Fucking just, you know, clone him like, or put him in the middle of a crowd somewhere.
You're going to have to email him because he's
just
gone
ask,
for the week.
that's it. Well, just
go ahead.
So so just when next time you talk to Nathan, ask him if he can draw like some generic scene with like 1,000 twinks standing in a park, and one of them's Danny.
Here we go. One is Danny. How is Danny? Well, there's a question. There's a philosophical question. I don't know. I suspect Danny left because this wasn't about him. Does anybody else get that impression?
Right. Right. Yeah, he couldn't find somewhere to shoehorn himself in.
That was lead art.
And that's Top Dog that's asking who was Danny.
So one that wasn't said yet.
Oh yeah. Let me see the timestamp on this. What is it?
54:27.
All right. Yeah. Fuck this shit. Let's go to
open forum.
Find something else. To talk about the rest of it.
Yeah.
What was it again? 52:47, something like that.
I'm gonna step away for 1 minute. You guys are on your own. I don't want to hear no.
Oh, hey, is Otangelo shown up here yet today?
No, I think
not at all. So we're gonna.
I gotta. Just to let you guys know so I have to do something I had to do a long time ago when I had to tell Sky out. I had to apologize. I'm gonna have to apologize to Otangelo because Jefferson had a stream the other night, and then he got kicked out of it somehow because his internet was fucking up. And then so Otangelo came in, and me and Otangelo, Red Fang, Kevin the Atheist was there, and Otangelo was saying that he could make a deductive argument for the existence of God. And I jumped on him right away and said, no, you can't. Like, how can you do that? Like, the conclusion of a deductive argument has to be true, you know, because I was under a misimpression. I'd always learned that, you know, induction is, you know, looking at past observations to try and predict what's going to happen in the future. Abduction is inference to the best possible solution out of, you know, a number of possibilities. And the deduction was an argument that was both valid and sound. And now I talk to a couple people that know much more about it than I do, and they say I'm wrong. And so now I have to do what I do when I'm shown I'm wrong. I have to admit that, and I have to apply. And it kills me. Like when I had to tell Sky out that he got something right and I was wrong about it. I mean, it hurt me right down to the bones, man. But
it does.
Yeah, but I can't let it pass without pointing out that I was wrong. You know.
Yeah, I was wrong once, and God, it's tough. It's a bitch.
So did anybody?
I got to tell him. And
Top Dog wanted to say something.
Oh, anybody watch the Aaron Ross video today?
No.
He posted.
The one he posted last night.
It says the 26th.
Nope, I have not.
Yeah, he posted that last night.
Today's the 26th though.
Yeah, but what
just happened?
Well, I don't know, but I know what's going to happen in a couple minutes.
What? Oh, Leo left.
No, he didn't leave on purpose.
No, I didn't. My browser just decided to close out when I closed out a different browser that wasn't connected to my Chrome. I can't wait till I can actually get a fucking laptop that runs properly. What I was saying was you can release a video at like 1 a.m. last night and it still be released on the 26th, which is what he did.
Yeah.
Released at like 1 a.m, something like that, because Aaron's up till the darkest moments of the fucking night.
Depends on if you're in the real time zone or not.
Well, and the thing of it is that depending on where the person who uploads the video is and where you are in relationship to them. He could have actually posted, I don't know where he is in the country. Oh, that's right, he's in Texas. So, like, say he posted it at 11:45 his time. But for me here in the East, it would show that he posted it at 12:45. So it would say the 26th, when in fact he could have posted it on the 25th.
Yeah, it'd been posted at 5:45 in the morning for somebody in London or Dublin.
So Top Dog, what was it about?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that we're talking about. I forgot.
Something interesting.
I have to hear it again to jog my memory.
It's called Matter of the Soul or something.
It was a lot of different things.
What is it that's so interesting that's going on off to your left there, Top Dog?
It's on my right, but since it's a mirror on my, it's my other screen. That's what I'm looking at all the time. There's two screens.
Well, no, from my I'm sorry. Yeah, from it must be flipped then the image, because from my perspective it would be on your left, so the image must be flipped when it comes through StreamYard or something.
So the name of the video is Matter.
For me,
name of the video is Matter
look
of
at
the
it.
Soul. Did anybody get that? Matter of the Soul? That sounds like he was talking about
the soul having weight.
Physicalism in the soul or something like that, maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, wasn't there like studies done a long time ago where they found that after someone passes, some very small amount of mass disappears?
Oh, 7 grams or whatever.
And they were trying to say that was the soul leaving the body.
Yeah, some dude weighed people, when they died, and found them to be 7 grams lighter or something like that. Probably because they shit themselves. I don't know. Don't you pee when you die or something like that? I don't know.
Didn't they weigh that too? It's just the gases.
Yeah, and that's I don't know.
Electrons.
That was a while back, but that was pretty interesting. Trying to weigh the soul as a
Wait a minute.
body.
Wait a minute. No, I was just going to say, how could that be? Gases are massless, remember?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they're not affected by gravity. So, yeah, we know that, don't we? I'm trying to pop something.
I bring up that shit Otangelo said, and Top Dog's just like,
because we're not making it clear to the people that don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't help people that are on the fence.
What the fuck is going on here? Whoa, that is weird. That is really weird. Huh.
Otangelo and Peterson sitting in a tree. Spooky Bad Hair says.
So,
hey, I already offered to hate fuck Otangelo a few weeks ago, and you didn't want to take me up on it.
Oh yeah, there's also a Star Talk video that was a lot of the stuff we're talking about too. It was really good. You guys gotta watch that one. Improving the news with Max Tegmark.
Never heard of him.
There's another guy in there. They're like real scientists or something that he talks to.
Yeah, Tegmark.
Other than the comedian guy.
Yep.
They have interviews and stuff.
I think I'm gonna erase this. Anyway, I don't know what the hell. So, should we talk about morality? I don't know. Almost seems kind of boring sometimes.
Well, the only thing I know is that you cannot talk about morality unless you talk about the concepts of right and wrong, good and bad. It's just, you can't do it. You're not allowed to. It's a rule.
Yeah.
It's kind of subjective in some terms too.
Isn't that what morality is?
No, I mean, I'm being totally sarcastic.
No.
I'm pretty sure morality is how we talk about what we consider right and wrong.
Well, no, it's not about talking at all. If you have a natural depiction of reality or morality, you're at the base of it. Not you don't start talking about language or things that we linguistically identify.
Oh, Tangelo is here.
Oh, Tangelo.
Oh, Tangelo, did you hear me admitting I was wrong on something we were discussing and apologizing to you?
Yeah, you apologize.
Because if you weren't here for that, I will repeat myself. I think I had already been well done when he got here.
I don't know.
Maybe. And just real quick, though, it's so funny. I have to tell him he was right about something and apologize to him, which I wanted to do on air. Was hoping you were going to be on Knox channel this morning. I was going to do it. But then you come in here, and the first thing you say, at John Peterson, it would be more productive if you would learn why ad hominem is not productive in a conversation amongst adults. Well, Otangelo, please show me the video, and I'll wait. I'll give you a week. Show me the video where I committed an ad hominem fallacy, where I ever rebutted a person's argument by talking about them and their shortcomings. That's not. You don't even know what ad hom is, dude. An insult's not ad hom.
Most of them don't. Unfortunately.
An insult.
Hey, I have an iPad. Aha. So.
And so he put. Wow.
What did he put? What's happening?
He posted the same thing I just read. Like, Ethan. He reposted the same thing.
Oh my God! Look at this. What he posted. Oh my God.
He's still on that, huh?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is funny. I hope somebody understands how funny this is. A typical estimate of the size of sequence space is 20 to the 100th or 10 to the 130th for a protein of 100 amino acids, in which any of the normally occurring. Oh, okay. No, I guess, yeah, I misread that. So I thought he said only 20 proteins could be found in that space. Okay, Otangelo. So what's your point? Oh, but now we're going on to John Peterson. It would be more productive. You would learn why ad hominem is not productive. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And he posted that exact thing. I was reading from the one he posted like 5 minutes ago saying the same thing.
Yep. Surprise. And Otangelo still comes here after he was thoroughly shown.
So, Otangelo, did you hear me?
The thing is, Ian, that Otangelo doesn't understand what happened that day.
He does not. He does not understand what happened that day.
Nope, he does not.
He thinks that when he went around and did a bar crawl around YouTube afterwards, like, you know, trying to say why he was right, he thinks that changes what happened that day, and it doesn't.
Yeah. So
he just posted it. Still right. Still right.
Do you still have that paper that he gave us, Speed?
I do.
Can you pull it up? Because I want to make this as simple as I possibly can, as I think is possible.
Can anybody remember what that paper was, who the first author was, and what the year was?
I thought you said you had it.
I do have it. But
okay, so you can pull it up.
I have 1,500 papers with it. Okay, here's what we'll do.
Well, it has to be, I don't know how you file them, but it has to be one of the most recent ones that you put in
description.
Or you get 25 new papers a day.
Something like 15 a day anyway. So, but however, I think I put it in the description of that video. So that video was the one on
that was Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday.
What anyone know what the date of the was?
I've got the paper.
Okay, good.
Oh my God. Okay. Did he just type that? Did he really just type that in there? Hey, I think what Leo's going to do is he's going to blow that fucking idea right out of the water right now. I was not refuted, neither the paper that I cited did. Like, what?
So, Leo, what is the first author's name?
The first author's name is David Dryden. How far down was the part in it where it literally said that you can't use this to construe some
the very last line of the paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, highlight that next comment underneath the one you got highlighted. Because Thomas hit the nail on the head.
Okay, yeah. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
So I would share the video, the clips from the video, but for some reason audio never works, even though I use share audio.
Well, for some reason, the Speed only wanted to leave that comment up for like a nanosecond, so I'm going to read it. Doubting Thomas said he understands, and speaking of Otangelo, he understands perfectly well what happened that day, and that's borne out by the fact that he rage quit. He will continue being dishonest, and that's the truth of it. He can post all he wants that he was not refuted, but he was refuted in real time. Go watch that video from Sunday. He's saying Leo right here he's saying, that Leo's a disgraceful liar. No, Otangelo, you're a disgraceful liar. And you're supposed to have that objective morality that you get from your God, but you have no problem lying.
And that was a lot longer than a nanosecond, John. You just don't want to know the truth.
Hey, real quick, Speed.
What?
Just to plug, Erica has another video tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay.
It's on the Quaternary period and busting young Earth creationism.
Oh, another one of those little shorts, or is it?
I don't know if it's a short or not. She's interviewing a Jonathan Baker, which I think is a former professor of hers.
Oh, cool.
So it should be a really good and informative one, and it's at 7 p.m. Central. And let me do the math real quick. 8 p.m. Eastern.
Who cares?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Otangelo's probably already left the chat, but it's his own fault. He cited this paper, How Much of Protein Sequence Space Has Been Explored by Life on Earth, and was citing all the numbers from it, talking about how it's the numbers of these proteins developing is just so high, there's no way that it could have happened all on its own, and some sort of divine intervention was necessary. So this very last paragraph of the paper I'd like to read here, quote, "Finally, we conclude that the number 20 to the 100th and similar large numbers are simply straw men advanced to initiate discussion in the same spirit as the Leventhal paradox of protein folding rates. 20 to the 100th is now no more useful than the approximate 2 times 10 to the..." Not going to read that out. Books present in Borges' 1999 Fantastical Library of Babel, and has no connection with the real world of amino acids and proteins. This is the important part right here. Hence, we hope that our calculation will also rule out any possible use of this big numbers game to provide justification for postulating divine intervention, which is literally the reason that Otangelo cited this paper. And this last sentence, Speed made Otangelo read. And then when we started grilling him on it, he said that this paper that he himself cited and earlier claimed that he had read, he hadn't had enough time to study.
Yeah.
He's just fucking lying.
And look what he just posted 5 minutes ago. A typical estimate of the size of the sequence space is 20 to the 100th. He used exactly the same number from that paper that you just read. That is comedy gold. Otangelo, you have no idea how much you tickle us. We love you. We absolutely love Otangelo. Anyway. Oh, let's see. Okay. Pretty cool. The simplest free living. Oh my God, has he ever posted this before?
Yeah, this must be new stuff right here, guys.
It's like he hits a brick wall with what he's trying to do. Something in his head just snaps and goes boing, 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 and he goes back to the beginning of his copy pasta dish. It's like there's a big vat of copy pasta in his kitchen, and he just keeps serving it out.
Okay. There's a video produced by the NF. What is NFIB?
NFIB. Something fundamentalist, something Baptist.
Oh, the cat came back. It could be about Otangelo. She said it could be about Otangelo. Anyway, NFIB. Is it possible to find that channel for
I don't know. I don't follow extremist religious groups.
I do. I keep an eye on extreme groups, just like the Homeland Security. I am the Homeland Security of this creationist.
Matt Powell's a NIFB.
What's that?
Matt Powell's a NIFB.
Oh yeah, he's
an IFB.
Yeah, he's an FB. Isn't
And if
David
you went to
Ryan?
his channel, if you went to his channel and then went to the page on someone's channel where it shows like the channels that they are subscribed to, I think it's called headed channels. You would probably see a bunch of channels that he is sub to that are other NIFB channels.
Yeah, that's how the FBI puts it together. That's the paper trail or the trail, breadcrumbs, so they can track it. I mean, I wonder if they're on the FBI's radar. Those guys, they got to be, right? I mean, somebody has got to be keeping tabs on those hate groups like that.
Who knows?
All right.
No.
You got to share his last comment. No, not his last one. The one before that starts with even the inclusion. Even the inclusion.
What's that?
No, Tangelo's not last comment, but the comment before that starts with the words "even the inclusion of." Even the inclusion of all planets in the known universe and all time since the Big Bang is insufficient to overcome the odds of abiogenesis.
I wonder why the researchers aren't saying that.
I mean,
I wonder if
and it's just so funny because Leo just got done talking, about that paper where they were saying they don't want, these guys use the big numbers game and hoping that our paper, will do something about people using that. And then what's Tangelo do?
I don't think this is the video that Lena was referring to, or no, Vesta. I don't think this was a video. Oh, NFBC. What is NFBC? Is this NFBC?
I don't know.
No, this is YouTube, the learning station, kids songs and nursery rhymes. The cat came back. Oh, let's just see if I can find something else on this. The cat came back. The cat came back. Boomers. Nursery. Okay.
Be careful because remember the distinction they made months ago about kids content.
Okay, the cat came
Like
back.
you play a video now that's intended for kids.
You can't play videos for kids because
no, well, you can play them, but I think you have to mark your channel a certain way. And we've been swearing and talking about crazy shit for most of the stream. Then all of a sudden you throw up a kid's video, it could get you in trouble.
Oh, do you have a link, Vesta? I'm pretty sure you have a rent. Oh, National Film Board of Canada. Okay.
You know what? This is probably like the closest thing that Tangelo has ever said to something I could consider truth. His most recent comment: nobody has proof of whether there is a God or only the physical world. The right question is, how can we best explain our existence? And how do we best explain our existence? How do we best explain the reality around us in which we reside? And that's only ever been through natural means. Only. There's no explanation anywhere in the history of humans that we have given as some physical description of something that occurs in our reality that is anything other than natural. So it seems to be the case that naturalism or physicalism is the best framework through which to examine the reality that we exist in and our place within it, seeming as it seems that it's the only viable method that gives us verifiable data about that reality and our place within it. We don't have to appeal to magic to explain these things.
Is math natural?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't dare play this video. I'm pretty sure this will get a copyright strike.
Isn't that convenient, Tangelo? Leo said what he's saying. Tangelo had posted, when you ask for proofs of God's existence, you show that you don't have a sound epistemological framework, which may or may not be true. But if God's existence can't be proven, I mean, the materialism can't be proven either. Are you freaking kidding me? How do you go from there to that?
He's just basically saying, I wish you would just shut the fuck up and let me let me tell you about God. You know,
I think materialism can be proven if you step in front of a speeding bus pretty easily. I think
at least you have more evidence for it.
more evidence. Yeah, I think conclusive, final evidence, finale evidence. I think that's called conclusive evidence when you step in front of a speeding bus, and it is made of material.
But how convenient is it to say there is this thing, but you can't ask for proof of it?
Okay, let's unpack what Otangelo is saying here. When you ask for proofs of God's existence, you show that you don't have a sound epistemological framework.
No, I don't ask for proofs. I ask for proof. A small difference. Like proofs are just
proofs, yeah.
Are just syllogisms essentially. I'm not asking for a syllogism. I'm looking for evidence. I'm looking for a reason that what you're telling me is not a story, but what I've learned through science and history. It seems to be a more reliable, consistent story. And if everybody believed that God was there every step of the way, designing everything, they never would have bothered to their science anyway. You would stop with God did it.
I see why Vesta posted that. The cat came back the very next day, thought he was gone, but he's here to stay. Okay. Otangelo. She said it would illuminate Otangelo for us. Okay. Nobody has proof whether God's in the physical world, so why do you believe in God if you have no proof?
The Shroud of Turin, the resurrection, demons, and Noah's Ark.
Some other attribute. Okay. Where did he say that thing about God cannot be proven? When you ask for proofs, God's existence became material. Nobody has a proof of whether God is a God or only the physical. The right question is, how can we best explain our existence? How about we don't try? How about we just accept it? I accept my existence on a daily basis. I find it helpful. How about you guys? Helpful?
Science, materialism, skeptical inquiry. Yeah, they're all.
Here I am talking and like head fucking muted, like dropping fucking wisdom over here, and I'm muted.
Were you yelling at us because we were?
Well, no, I was trying to say before when you asked that question, I was saying that I can't comment on that subject because I'm just an ultra crepidarian. That's Otangelo's new favorite word.
I don't think I've ever claimed that chance has ever done anything.
Yeah, the only way that chance would work is if there were no real laws in the universe. There was just all, like, say, photons and nothing else, and just a random distribution of photons, maybe. I don't know what the fuck. What do you think, Leo? Leo's gone.
Well, wait a minute. So Otangelo thinks that because somebody has a low probability of occurring, that means it only happened by chance. I think he's conflating two different concepts there.
I explained my existence by a drunken Polak met a pretty young Irish woman. That's how I came to be. And they were both loaded at the time.
Itchik says, I'll never understand oranges.
Anyway.
Atheists must be able to explain how chance has more creative power. No.
Yeah, it isn't about chance. It's about pathways.
Hey, Otangelo, I wanted to talk to you about something. Like, what did you say? God doesn't exist or something?
There is no evidence that God was not needed to create the world. What would that kind of evidence look like? What would that evidence look like?
There's no evidence. Somebody's really trying too hard. I think they flipped a gasket, and
I think so,
now they're making up nonsense sentences.
Wait, hold on. Otangelo was just talking about like epistemology and stuff, and then he says there is no evidence God was not needed to create the world.
Right.
That's not that's not how it worked. What? I don't even know how to respond to that. It's so it's such a troglodyte statement.
Well, and it's another classic faceplant by Alcangelo.
It's so epistemologically not sound that we can't even parse it. So I don't know. It's pretty.
And like all kinds of like a double negative too. There is no evidence God was not needed. What?
But there's no evidence that God was not needed.
Yeah.
Or that he was not needed.
Right.
We can go on for the rest of the stream if we want. But
Are you not entertained?
Not entertained.
Actually, I got to get out of here.
We have to be not entertaining. Where are you going, John? Oh,
I mean, writing a book.
That's fair, John. I'm right. I am right. I'm keeping track of you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean, because if you're writing a book, make me the last chapter because I'm the living end.
Hey, if anybody figures out what the fuck's his name on Sneaky Saints channel was talking about with the mass flagging of videos.
What did Leo just say?
I was answering Speed's question. I'm pretty sure he's probably referring to Will Kincaid.
I hear part of your sentence, and there's like this little short interlude. Like a garbled mess.
You garbled.
By cutting out?
No, Leo, just stop. Okay, we get the joke.
Did I cut out?
You don't want to speak the devil's name out loud.
I have no fucking clue what's going on right now.
Yeah, we'll explain it to you. But anyway, you might have been mentioning shit stain by another name. It might have been what happened. It just sounded like gobbledygook to me. Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was saying my goodbyes, and I got distracted by Otangelo in the chat. Still stating the same shit. If not God, then chance is ultimate. Okay, chance is ultimate. You're right, Otangelo. That's how we should deal with Otangelo now, just the same way we deal with Danny. You're right, Otangelo. You're right.
God
I wish I could reach through the internet and pat you on the head, Otangelo.
Hallelujah.
Holy shit! You still haven't fixed that on midnight. Anyway, what I was saying was I want to reach through the internet and pat you on the head, Otangelo. You're doing such a good job. Anyway, all I wanted to say before I leave is 10:30 Eastern Time, Monday. We'll pick up where we left off here and review the video and the debate from MDD. Speed will be with me again, so make sure I come over the rage. And if there's anybody here in the room or in the sound of my voice to watch that debate that wants to join us, they are feel free to. Just hit me up in the live chat when you get there.
Okay.
Hello. Okay. Yeah.
Take care, John.
Bye, John.
Bye, John.
So does any creationist or
Sorry.
So has any creationist or intelligent designers ever seen Planko from Price is Right? How a chance to go a certain way is different every time.
What is Planko?
Like different chances in real life. Things change with the minute differences. And they could take big difference or change with the slightest difference. Whatever, I can't say it right.
So you got your Planko chance thing. Those are fun games at like children's festivals and stuff like that.
Oh, let's see. Oh, we probably shouldn't talk about morality. We'll probably attract the wrong kind of people.
What is morality? I don't know.
Okay. Right and wrong is a characteristic function, basically. You map certain areas to true, and you map other areas to false. The problem with morality is...
How does that work? What if somebody like me is a non-cognitivist and doesn't believe that moral statements can have a truth value to them, that they're not talked about in terms of true or false?
Well, let's map it to right and wrong. Okay, that's still a characteristic function.
How would you determine right and wrong, though?
It's a two-valued function.
Yeah, but how did you determine what is right and what is wrong?
I haven't yet. I'm just telling you what that would be. It would be a characteristic function. So a characteristic
Matters on the context.
A characteristic function is a binary function that divides basically a domain into a range of right and wrong. But the problem is with morality is we got this shit in the middle, right? So we have no place to put that in a right and wrong function. So we have a different kind of function. So it becomes more complicated. But that's basically where right and wrong comes into morality. But that comes in later. Morality, I think, develops, much earlier in the animal kingdom. All sorts of moral actions that animals do, and that is kind of what I meant by right and wrong as a discussion for later. So, and then when you come up with this discussion, what'd you say? How do I map it to right and wrong?
How did you determine what's right and what's wrong?
I haven't. Basically, I'm saying if you did do that, if you did determine it, it would have to be a function like this, right? So how would you do that? Because
how would I do what?
How would you determine what's right and wrong?
Intersubjective standards that prescribe imperatives, which is what the universal prescriptivist is going to argue, and I'm a universal prescriptivist when it comes to morality.
So intersubjective standards, okay. But do you believe that it has anything to do with biology?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay. So that's all I was talking about is this part, I would say, was biology. So we're looking for a basis of morality, a beginning of the discussion. So this would be a basis for it. So there'd be certain actions that we find smelly and other actions that we find fragrant. Okay, fragrant and smelly, because humans our morality is very much based in our sense of smell. Our sense of smell was sort of exapted to represent morality, to come up with this right and wrong. And, some things are really smelly and some things are really fragrant. And that's how we determine what we're going to eat. So if you find something fragrant, you would say it would be right to eat that. If you find something stinky, you would say it would be wrong to eat that. So that's
Can I
the
ask
kind
you
of
a question?
Yeah.
It's a little off topic. I've been listening to what you're saying, but I just read this tweet, and I would be very curious to hear what your take on it is, since we're both naturalists. There's a big difference between saying that nature exists and saying only nature exists. Naturalism does not have less commitments than theism. It just has different commitments. I would say that this is just wrong, but I'd be curious to hear your take on it.
Yeah, well, Danny talked about that a little bit. He said if you think the only thing that exists is natural, then you haven't said anything, because you haven't because everything is natural, right? So they're trying to find something that isn't natural, and I want to ask them what they mean by that. What would not natural mean? Because
I said foreskin in the size, so not to interrupt you, even though I just did. But you weren't here, Leo. But yesterday I was, much to my chagrin, had a conversation with Danny on Discord for a little bit, and he asked me, "Are you a naturalist?" And I said, I would give him my response. And then, "Do you believe in ghosts?" I said, "No." And I don't believe in the supernatural. Then he tried to go with, "Well, what about what about non-natural? Like, okay, you have supernatural and non-natural. What?" Like, you know what I mean? He was trying to go to, I don't know. It was just a weird fucking experience, because it's like we're talking about supernatural.
I don't see a difference between calling something supernatural and calling it non-natural. Both describe something which exists metaphysically external to and independently of the natural world.
Yeah, that was my point. That's why that's why I was like, dude, we're using the word supernatural. Why the hell are you using not natural? Like, I stopped talking because I didn't feel like wasting time with the semantics games.
Exactly. Can you re-highlight that last comment that you just had up by Otangelo, the one with slavery? So the thing is, we didn't determine that slavery was wrong utilizing an objective moral standard, number one. There was a time in human history when the majority of people did not think that slavery was wrong. Slavery was not wrong 3,500 years ago. Most people did it. Most people were okay with it, even those who were slaves. Today, we recognize that it just isn't really conducive to the increased success and long-term sustainability of our species to own each other as property. So we have collectively decided that we should structure our societies around the idea that we aren't able to do that, and those who wish to detract from these standards will be punished accordingly. You don't have to have an objective standard for morality to have a moral system that is utilitarian.
Well, I think I'd put a basis for an objective standard. I really doubt that anybody, when they enslaved somebody, had the feeling that it was right.
I think there's probably been a lot of people, especially during the antebellum slavery in the South, when that's what was taught, is that these people, it is their place. They are subhuman creatures. They looked at black people no different than horses, where we use horses and oxen in fields. Well, that's what they're for. God gave us these animals to do this job. Same thing with black people. That's what they were for. That was their place. It's not wrong. That's just the way the world is. I would argue that most people who engaged in slavery probably didn't see anything wrong with it.
So why did so many people in the South and the North find slavery repugnant?
Because we started to reconsider what slavery is and what it means for the sustainability.
Did we do that rationally, or did we just know that, basically know that from our nature, that what we were doing was repugnant?
I wouldn't make the statement that we knew it from our nature. No,
you wouldn't. I would.
I think more and more people became, that were of that color, became more human, like, to them, because they were learning the English and stuff. So more and more people that did that, seems like then our eyes, or our thinking, seems like we see them as equals.
I think prior to reasoning, it was a lot easier to understand what was right and what was wrong, or what was smelly and what was fragrant. And I don't think that anybody felt good about even killing food for, to eat. I don't even think anybody ever felt completely comfortable with that.
You should talk to the hunters that I know around here. I shoot a pheasant. I don't feel like remorse for having shot a pheasant.
I am a hunter. I am I haven't done that for 25 years, but I come from a hunting crowd, and my dad fed us with poached venison. Basically, that's how we survived the winter in mining country. And I watched over 1,000 animals be butchered. And I can tell you that even my father, who was the prime killer, got so fed up with it by the time he was 50 years old that he could no longer kill anything, because it just gets to you after a while. It's hard
with certain people, yeah, but I wouldn't agree that could be applied.
No, I think everybody. There are some people that work in like meat packing plants, I guess, that develop this sort of psychosis where they have like a callus over their feelings, and they start to become really callous. But then other people are like, they have post-traumatic stress from working in these meat factories. If they talk about it, I mean, it gets to you after a while. Killing an animal, like killing deer when you're hunting, it is a strongly emotional experience, and it is not what I would describe as pleasurable.
I have not heard the same sentiment from when I've shot deer and everybody else I know. So the point that I'm getting at is that what you're saying is not something that can just be blanketly applied to all humans that engage in that. It's fine. Some humans might feel that, others are not.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring up the point of a serial killer, right? A serial killer theoretically never gets tired of killing until he is caught. I mean, they have cooling off periods, sure, but they never get tired of killing.
Right. Afterwards in the bar, when everybody's puffing their chest up and talking about their cojones and they've had 3 drinks, they're all, oh yeah, the fucking deer, I really fucked him up. It's just, oh, little Bambi, I got Bambi, I shot him with a 30-06, and I'm like this big man because I brought home the game. That post hoc rationalization equals evil. And that's basically where people will brag about what they've killed and put it on their walls and all that crap. But I don't think that is based strongly in human nature. That is the stuff that's based in culture, and that's where you get the culture. And by the way, I don't believe in psychopaths. I don't believe that serial killers have no feelings. I believe that they have learned how to rationalize and how to cover their feelings and commandeer them for different purposes, basically. So, but then hardly anybody is going to agree with me. So,
well, isn't the thing with psychopaths that they don't have
empathy?
Empathy, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that is there is absolutely no evidence for that at all. There's nothing different about
serial killers lack empathy. There's no evidence for that.
No evidence.
Literally, there is.
Yeah.
Literally, where?
Studied very. Well, I could probably find some, but this has actually been studied. Like, we've actually looked into the brains of psychopathic individuals. Their brains operate differently. These people don't have empathy. It's not necessarily that they don't have empathy, but their ability to have empathy for other people is seriously retarded. I mean, retarded in the technical sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's.
Do these papers show that their brains are wired differently, or do their papers show that different areas are activated? So is it plasticity, or is it the way they're wired?
Speed. Are you arguing that serial killers have empathy? I'm confused.
Yes, I am.
Well, then, no offense, but you are wrong, because over the years I've looked into this. Ted Bundy had no empathy. Okay, in fact, the only reason he was charming is because he was able to fake having empathy.
I would disagree with that.
Okay,
Ted Bundy had empathy.
Okay, never mind.
He just did different things with it than you and I would do with it. He put it in different spots.
There are literal sociopaths and psychopaths that have no empathy.
I know this is just such a favorite. This is just such a favorite 20th century idea, and I don't believe in it.
That's been continuously corroborated by consistently incoming data and information research in the field.
Man, you learn something new about somebody every day. I never
there's even
you got any
the
papers?
guy that had MRI on himself.
You got any papers?
I'm saying that the guy that was studying this stuff and had checked him on himself, and he was like scared because he found evidence of the thing that he was looking for in the psychopath in him.
Do you think Ted Bundy felt sorry for himself when he was getting marched to the electric chair?
Probably not.
He cried like a little bitch, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think he had empathy.
No, he didn't feel sorry for himself. He cried like a little bitch because he was gonna die. He didn't feel like, you know what I mean. It's it's not like oh, the mistakes I made. No, if I remember correctly, he escaped twice, which that was interesting to read about. Apparently, the first time he stopped eating for like 3 months and got skinny enough to to crawl out of the venting, the ventilation system, like a fucking movie. And then another one, he jumped out of a building. Jesus Christ, that man was insane.
Yeah, he jumped out of a second-story courthouse.
God damn it!
I mean, he was a piece of work.
Yeah, he was. A lot of them were a piece of work.
Yep. Yes. Anyway, my views are a little non-standard on the serial killers and morality in general. So,
I mean, regarding your views on serial killers, you're just, I don't know how to put this nicely, Speed.
Well, you want to say wrong, but I would like you to show me some actual brain scans and basically maybe anatomy of serial killers and show me where their wiring is different. I would like to see that. I would like to see where their brains are wired differently. And I'm not talking about plasticity, which is what would show up.
Okay, so do not serial killers exist. Serial killers have there we go. Serial killers have empathy. Dissecting empathy, psychology today. That's not really what I need. How do serial killers have empathy for their children and not? Which that always is a little weird. It almost seems like they don't have empathy. But go ahead, you talk.
So they cite, this is from Frontiers in Psychology. It's not really a meta-analysis. I mean, some might consider it one, but I don't really think it's one. But they cite 4 papers here, and the authors say, quote, in support of the IES model, the amygdala is found to be important for processing expressions of fear and distress, and individuals with psychopathy who are violent show reduced amygdala responses to fearful expressions. This dysfunctional response reflects a dysfunction in empathic responding, i.e. personal distress. Consequently, dysfunction in stimulus reinforcement learning, thus learning the consequences of one's actions, results in a deficient response to transgressions. Different studies found reduced amygdala responses follow moral transgressions and moral decision-making in individuals.
You got a link, by the way? Criminology of the amygdala. There's an interesting, by ResearchGate.
To psychopathy. Or is a factor of psychotic. I don't think maybe Midnight is. I'm not arguing that a lack of empathy is like the one and only thing that makes one a psychopath, but it is a defining characteristic of psychopathy, and that is
no, that wasn't
in the academic literature.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was arguing. I was just saying that serial killers in general, to generalize, don't have empathy, right? They for some reason, they may show empathy towards their children, but from what I remember, they treat their children like like garbage. So that's, you know what I mean? Like it's actually been a while since I listened to serial killers. I was really big into looking at them, like during my teenage years. Everyone always thought I was weird. Like, how the hell can you look into that? I don't know. I was interested.
Speed, I put a link in the.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, that's a news article. I'm looking for papers. So, Leo, did you link that Frontiers paper?
Yep, it's in the private chat.
Private chat.
Mm-hmm. There is from some outlet called psypost.org. Psychopathic individuals have the ability to empathize. They just don't like to, which still corroborates the point that I'm making.
Oh, can you link that one for me, please? So
it's not a paper, and they don't seem to cite the paper here. Why, I don't know. Oh, no, here we go.
But that's more along the line of what I'm saying. They choose not to.
Yeah, the paper words it a little differently. The title is Individuals with Dark Traits Have the Ability, but Not the Disposition to Empathize.
I mean, look, we're in an environment where all sorts of people believe the earth is 6,000 years old, and they believe that there's a God. Okay, so we understand that people can basically mask their nature and change what is reasonable to believe. I mean, we understand that, and I think that's what serial killers do as well. They learn to basically switch the empathy around. So that
yes,
the reason that Ted Bundy had empathy is because he could fake it. You can't fake it unless you know what it is.
Well, yeah,
really good.
No, hold on. He knew what it was, but he didn't feel it.
Oh, but
that's the point.
How do you learn what empathy is? You don't learn to.
You study other people. You know what I mean?
I don't think he found out that way. I think he found out because empathy is.
Well, I guess we'll never know unless we ask him. Can we ask Ted Bundy? Oh wait, he's dead.
Oh yeah, and Jeffrey Dahmer, he was really good at talking about his psychology, and then some asshole killed him. He was just getting interesting. He was just getting interesting. Catholic Canadian plots. Let me see. Answers. Okay. Frontiers and I posted that shit.
Yeah, the Science Direct one. It only has the abstract, which the abstract is. I mean, I agree with the abstract that it says that. Let me just read here if I can figure out where the fuck the part is that I wanted to.
Are you reading Frontiers?
Data was collected for 278 international participants to an anonymous online survey shared on the online platform LinkedIn, consisting of trait-based dark triad personalities, which are the dark personalities like Machiavellianism, psychopathy, narcissism, things like that. Where the fuck did I just leave off? Dark personality traits had no relationship with ability-based empathy, but strongly so with trait-based empathy. Instead, cognitive ability explained ability-based empathy. The finding is that dark personalities in a community sample is normally cognizant to empathize, but has a low disposition to do so. This finding may help shed further light on how personality is interlinked with ability. I don't think that I wouldn't say that it was ever the case that psychopathic individuals with dark personalities, absolutely, like, they can't feel empathy, or empathy isn't a part of their brain. But I would argue that their brain operates differently to where they can more easily dismiss those feelings and just be like, no, I don't really care, than other people would.
I mean, isn't that what I just said?
They have a very low disposition to act on or be informed by their empathic feelings.
Yeah, but this bullshit pop sci thing of just saying serial killers don't have empathy, that is going to take a whole lot of fucking proof and unpacking. That's just the kind of bullshit that. Another interesting pop sci thing that people say about the brain is that the brain is not mature until you're 22 years old. That is bullshit. The brain doesn't start to go senile until you're 22. Okay. So basically, if you're under 22, your brain is functioning just fucking fine. The problem is at 22, it pretty much starts to fill up and cross-link and go to hell. And the pop idea is that, if you're under 22, your brain isn't mature. Well, I say bullshit on that.
Yeah, I don't know what I've never understood what was meant by that. The other pop sci thing that you hear about the brain that is just makes me cringe when I hear it is, you guys, humans only use 10 to 20% of their brains. It's like, no.
Hold on. That's
Johansson.
Hey, you know what? Okay, look. Despite the inaccuracies, I loved the movie Lucy. Okay, I will fight you.
Oh, I love the movie Lucy as long as you don't listen to the sound. I mean, I love watching Lucy with the sound off.
Well, okay, look. Like I said, I really loved the movie and also Limitless. I don't know, there's just something about characters gaining super intelligence that really appeals to me.
Yeah, Superman.
It was kind of weird.
During Lucy, we were at the theater. My son kept looking at me, afraid that I was going to start screaming and explode and jump up and start railing. No, you fucking got the neuroscience.
Well, you know what? They should have hired you as a consultant then.
Well, I was so fucking enamored with just watching Scarlett Johansson. I was torn between running from the theater, screaming and cursing, and where's Scarlett.
Wait, hold on a sec. I actually have something that. Hang on a sec. I gotta turn my light on because I have the book that actually talks about the 10% myth and corrects it. Hang on.
We're using like 100% of our brain all the time, just 10% at like any given moment.
Give me a minute.
Has anybody noticed that Otangelo's still here?
Still 10%.
Now here's the deepest thing that's been said during this entire broadcast.
Can I read something?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is going to sound a little weird without the rest of the context, but bear with me. She started looking for clues in research papers and popular science writing. In the foreword to the first edition of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, the American psychologist William James is misquoted as declaring that the average man develops only 10% of his latent mental ability.
Yeah.
Hold on. Her Colono Hazel, whatever the fuck, also recalled that early editions of the textbook, Principles of Neuroscience, along with countless studies, claimed that the human brain contained at least 10 times as many glia cells as neurons. Glia are now known to be every bit as important as neurons. But until the mid to late 20th century, scientists mostly regarded glia as passive scaffolding for neurons. Perhaps the widely cited fact that glia outnumbered neurons by at least 10 to 1 helped cement the notion that only 10% of the brain really mattered. But where were the studies establishing the oft-repeated glia to neurons ratio? After an extensive search, Herculano Hazel concluded that there was no scientific basis for the claim. She and her collaborator, Christopher... You get the point. Basically, the whole 10% thing was from a misquote.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up on 4 o'clock, children, kids, boys and girls. So somebody said that us reading science is boring. We need to get a girl to read it.
Well, excuse me. You know what? Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Call Amy. There we go.
I don't know who said that, but I mean, they can just fuck off.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you remember theaters where we all used to get together and eat popcorn and watch movies?
Did you just say theater?
They're still advertising like IMAX and stuff on commercials.
It's called a theater. You call it a theater. I was going to say, Speed. You need to get a hold of Shannon Q and have her on for a talk about neuroscience.
That would be good.
Yes, you
Have
do.
her read the papers.
What?
That will help. Have her read the papers so that we
Well,
won't
no,
be
like
bored.
she's got like a degree in like psychology or something like that. She's really,
Cognitive neuroscience.
very well. Yeah, she's
Just
very
when you
well
talk to her,
when it comes to neuroscience.
Just when you talk to her, ask her to bring some papers with her.
Yeah. So if you got any technical literature that you want to discuss, I'm all open to that.
Papers, please.
Papers.
I was
Okay.
making a reference to something, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh. Okay.
I remember
boys and
something
girls.
like that. Yeah.
Boys and girls.
Leo,
We're
stick
gonna-
around.
I think we're going to end the chat, or we're going to end the live stream. Thanks everybody for showing up today. We had like 35 people at one point. I think they came to see that video reviewed, and I hope we didn't disappoint anybody. But I don't know. I know we disappointed Danny, but
I mean, we disappointed everybody. I disappoint everybody in here all the time.
we
What do
disappointed
you have kids?
Campbell.
You live with everybody being disappointed with you.
Nobody loves. I want everyone to love me. I want Danny and Otangelo to love me too.
By the way, by the way, before you there was kind of I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Danny coming in this morning saying you and John look cute together. What? Remember that this morning?
Oh fuck! I'm not going to comment.
I was joking.
I'm removing you.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
fine.
Okay. So we're gonna end the stream. Goodbye, boys and girls.
Goodbye, everybody.
Anybody?
Cheers.
Okay. Goodbye, cruel world. And in broadcast.